Last night I uploaded a picture which I received only 60 likes. I have more than 25,000 followers and nearly 5,000 friends on my Facebook. And I received only 60 likes. I can't believe. I'm really upset. What do you think? Is it fair? Out of 25,000 people, only 60 likes. No, I'm not upset. Sorry. Welcome to my show. I was just joking. And this is the reality of social media. And today we'll be talking about social media, a life of lie. I invited two wonderful guests. We'll be talking about social media. Welcome to my show. Welcome to my show. Today I invited two wonderful people here. On my next, Magnauddin and Mizanur Rahman. We'll be talking about social media.
Oh, wow.
Let's start with Mizanur Rahman.
Fantastic. Thank you for inviting me to your show. You speak about social media as it's actually becoming some form of epidemic, and the way it's going, actually, the way people are using. I'm sure Meghna will add a bit more, and we'll start the show.
Exactly. I think everyone has their own take on it. I actually was having an interesting conversation before I got here with a young person. And the way she sort of summarized it, she said, it's a disease. You're saying it's an epidemic. It's a disease. So yeah, as we go along, I'm sure a lot more we'll be talking about.
Well, I actually come to think of it, long time ago, Albert Einstein, who said, I fear the day technology will surpass our human interaction, right? And the world will have a generation of idiots, right? From that point itself, right, we can see, right, today in United States, just by only 140 characters, right, how he managed to motivate millions of people on just tweeting and getting them to follow him. And look what it done, only 140 characters, right? Did you know something else, that what Twitter did after that success last year in September, right? They upped that to 240 characters. But what they found out, I'm talking about the idiot side of the things, if you want to know, right?
Okay.
What they found out.
Positive side of social media.
This is a positive, come to think of it, because what they've done, they've upped it from 140 to 280 characters. But what they found out, only 2% of the people who are using the Twitter, right? Only 2% were able to, or were using 190 characters, right? Okay. Only 2%. And rest of the people, 5% of the people were using 140, and everyone was using below that. And you can imagine, right, how many characters Donald Trump was using. Yes. And look at his followers, right? And he managed to surpass all this and win the election.
Earlier, I went to one of the event. They invited me. So it's an online newspaper. On my speech, one thing I said that technology is developing faster than humans can learn to handle it. So we appreciate the technology, innovation, Facebook, Twitter, whatever we call it, all the social media.
All the social media.
And today, obviously, we will talk about...
But coming to your word, what you have just said, it's true, because our next generation, or even our current generation, although we know about the technology. We know where about, but we are not using those technology maximum.
It's
strength.
moving too
And
fast.
what's happening is, what people are doing is, we're using the software, we're using the output, not trying to learn the back end of the things.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, if you ask someone, even next generation, they'll say, are you good in technology? Yes, I'm really good in technology, right? And what they end up is they are good in using the Facebook, the Twitter, and all that stuff, but actually not knowing how to use, you know, like say, for example, Microsoft Word, Excel, and all that stuff. So they think they know everything about technology by knowing the Twitter and the social media side of it. So that's how it has brainwashed our next generation.
Next
Can I
generation,
ask you
fair
one
enough.
question? How long do you use the social media per day?
Oh my gosh. Well, actually, because we've been using, I get to use social media quite often, as our whole business depends on the social media side of things. We have developed the whole business structure on the social media. Not just only us, even a lot of the businesses. If you look at Al Jazeera, you look at BBC, everyone is now using, and I have to say this, right? I have to say this, that
We love social media.
right, we love it, but again, you have to understand that in Facebook itself, right, over 2.6 billion users
around the world.
yeah, are using Facebook. Over 1.6 billion using Twitter. Now, is the 2.6 billion, right, is
I think
almost same number.
800,000 Instagram users.
Yeah, almost same numbers of Christian faith followers. And if you look at the Twitter side, which is over 1.6 billion, is same number of people who is following the Muslim faith. Now, imagine the tools, imagine what they can do by using this social media, how they are changing people's mindset. So if you look at the positive side of the things, you can see, I mean, I come from Muslim faith,
Okay, you
right?
didn't tell me how many hours. Yeah, I'm coming back.
I'm coming to that
I
point.
think
I'm
it's
coming
leading
to
up to that. It's a build up. I'm
I have to
listening.
give
The
her a
build
chance.
up.
Yeah.
No,
What
that's-
about you? No, go for
Oh,
it.
how many hours?
Yeah, how many hours
Well,
do you use social media?
Okay, how many hours actual social media? Oh, how many hours? Oh my gosh. I've not really counted it. Now I've just thought about it.
Facebook when you go to bed.
Well,
Or
when I'm not
social media, in
sleeping,
fact.
I think sometimes what I found, social media, if I'm specifically Facebook, I'll just go in, I have a little peek, because throughout the day I'm not able to because I'm busy. So other social media, I have Instagram.
So you don't go sneak
So,
around
no,
and
I
just
don't,
use it
no.
while your boss, I mean, while you're at work. And
No, I actually, no.
are you sure? Are you being truthful?
I'm a
Or is it
I'm a
because
good
of the,
girl.
or is it
I'm a
because you're
good
in front of the
girl.
camera now?
No. Actually, no. Sometimes, yes, maybe. But other social media, if you're talking about Instagram, I have an Instagram account, which is not very proactive. Twitter, I have a Twitter account as well, which is not very active as well, I have to be honest.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm very sure. I put my
Is
hands
it just
up.
because you're in front of the camera? That's why you're just trying to say that you're a good girl.
So-
and
But
you
I
don't get
will
to use
say
them.
WhatsApp and Messenger, I am active.
Okay.
So yes, I put my hands up there.
Average people using more than 2 hours
Yes,
a day.
yes, you're
in
absolutely
social
right.
media. Can you imagine what's happening?
Yeah. You're saying 2 hours. It's actually
Free service they're
nearly
giving
6
to
hours.
6
Yes, nearly 6 hours because I had.
Well,
I
you
did
have to
courses
understand why
nearly
this
6
is
hours.
happening, Charles. The main thing is that why people are using more. You asked me the question that how many hours I get to use. I have quite a control of my usage, right? I just only use for the business purpose. Otherwise, I don't get to use it, right? That's why you'll see on my.
So you're
my
very
phone.
disciplined then.
I try to, because by using any social media, you have to understand before they don't have stop button. Right? You don't know when to stop. So once you start on a feed, it will lead you to other feeds, and you don't know when to stop. So as soon as once you turn it on, that's it. You don't know how 15, 20, 30 minutes goes by.
Yeah.
But when TVs and radios, all of these have the stop button, meaning when the program is running, say you're watching a series or you're watching a drama, after that it's finished, you pause, you can turn it off. You choose But on Facebook or Twitter or any social media, there's no stop button.
No, there's
And
not.
that's why people are addicted to it.
Yes.
And one thing is leading to another. And until we discipline ourselves to have that stop button, right, it will become an epidemic. Because what it's doing, if you can understand, is when you look at the screen for too long, right, it causes you so much problem. Right, you shouldn't be staring. What doctor suggests that you should be after 15 minutes you should look away.
Yes.
Right, but now what happens is we are constantly watching at glaring at the white screen, and it is causing. Even I had 20/20 vision, to be honest, right? And last time I checked, it's no longer there. Now my wife is saying it's because I'm aging, and I'm saying no, it isn't
it's
that,
not because
right?
of
It is
aging.
because of the.
Of course.
Yeah,
Uh,
look. Yeah, that's why you receive more likes than me.
Well,
If you
I.
upload photos,
Ah,
now
likes.
I know. Actually, viewers,
Let's
now
talk
I
about
know.
likes
When he
then,
uploads
shall we?
photos,
You
he
you
receives
you are
more.
beyond.
And I can't believe you have, I think, not more than 3,000 friends.
No, I actually have less than that.
Do you see? That's why
People like me. What
no,
can I
I'm
say?
Exactly.
I like, I'm not upset, but people get upset. Okay. Can you tell me why people get upset?
What?
Why people, when they use social media, why they're depressed? They don't have any life. Just so you know, anyone, they wear clothes. They, if I say about men, they wear a nice dress and they take pictures and they upload on social media to get the likes. It's all about likes business. What they get out of it after they receive likes, is it satisfaction or something, happiness? Not engaging with each other rather than getting the satisfaction, getting more likes, help people likes. It's a fake world.
Well, it's virtual. Everything is virtual. Those likes and those comments, everything is virtual, right? You mentioned earlier that you've got 20,000 friends, right?
Sorry, followers.
Followers.
Sorry,
I don't
characters,
see them.
right?
They can see.
Yeah. So those 20,000 followers, you don't hardly know 1% of those people, right? They follow you because whatever you write or whatever you put on, people like them.
And today I want them to watch my show and they can join. Actually, viewers, you can join in this debate. Let me give you the number actually. It's a very nice number. On the screen you can see 0208 123 4507 number. You can call in our studio. You can talk to us. You can share your views regarding this issue. We are calling social media a life of lie. Is it true? Or we are saying too much? We love social media. The reason we use social media, we use social media for our business purposes, our daily life. We share, we tell stories, we share quotes, nice poems, so many things, sometimes photos. Obviously, I share sometimes photos. If I go to any events, I take pictures, I share on Facebook. I'm not that frequently user. I just go in the morning, I check my social media, and I upload.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the truth. Trust me.
I thought you live on you live on social
I know
media.
you
Right?
Live and breathe,
say
shall we
Yeah.
say?
I
Live
know
and breathe
Every time,
social
right? Do you know
media.
what? If you call Shah
On the phone.
right, on the phone,
On the
do you
phone.
know how long it takes him to answer the call?
He's busy on
No,
something.
I have to say from my point. He answers the call within 3 rings.
Yeah.
3
So
rings,
he's got-
right? Because he's got the phone.
I'm
He's got the phone all the
very
time.
sensible person. What I do,
Of
if
course you
someone
are, Shah.
calls me, obviously it is important calls. So I give priority to answer the calls. Yeah, I received one phone call. Let's see who's on the line.
Great.
Hello?
Oh, hello. This is Dr. Zakir here.
Yes, welcome to my show. What's your views
Is
regarding
it-
this issue?
Oh, hello. Remember we were talking about
Yeah,
this
yesterday
topic
we
yesterday on
she
another
was
channel.
with me on.
You were asking, I think a minute ago, why people get depressed if they don't see life, enough
Yeah.
life, yeah?
Yeah.
And the thing is, there are some people, not everybody is strong enough like you and other people. Sometimes people, they need external validation. you know what I mean.
Okay.
And when they see, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So when they see likes, there's like something called dopamine. It's like it's called happy hormone. So when you see likes, you feel happy instantly. You feel happy, and when you don't see likes, then your mental state goes down. So it's like when yeah. So when it's like you get dependent. So you the more like it's an addiction basically.
It's
So
addiction,
like
yeah.
when you if a drug abuser, you need more every time to get the same high. You need more. You need to increase your dosage for the drug. So so once you spend 2 hours, then you are addicted. You want to see, as Mizanbai was saying, that there is no stop button because internet, Facebook doesn't sleep. So it's an addiction. So that's why we need to use it in moderation and in a sensible way.
Can I ask you one
Yes,
question? What's the solution,
of
do you
course.
think? Can we
Sorry,
quit?
I missed
Sorry,
you.
yeah. What's the solution, do you think? Can we quit social media? Can we live without social media, using social media?
Not at all. Not at all. We can't do without social media. I mean, whether you like it or not, the social media will be there. So that's why it is important for all of us that we understand it. Because some people they have a social media phobia because they think there's a lot of like it's quite dangerous to use because a lot of people they don't know the safety measures. So it's quite important that we understand how to be safe and how to measure it, how to have control over everything, and we need to use it to our advantage.
I
Yes,
think
but you can't do without social media. It's like it's today's world is like your oxygen. I mean, if you want to
Yeah, and
survive, you
obviously,
need it.
yeah, obviously you're a doctor. So what I found, or research actually found, those people who use more than 2 hours social media, the three things happening. One is anxiety, depression, and
Depression,
stress. Yeah,
sleep disorders,
yeah. Is
also
it?
sleep disorder. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
is it any medical solution for them? I know it's not
It,
medical problem, but end of the day,
it,
it's a one kind of mental health disorder.
yes, yeah, because there is, although it's not officially recognized, but there's a disorder called um, internet gaming disorder. So there's a rehabilitation program, but the main thing I would say the prevention is better than cure. So when you're in a family, you have young children, you have to sit down in a family and discuss about it. And it's nothing like some people they don't allow the kids to use social media. I don't think that is right. I mean, you need to sit down and talk about how to use it, how to be safe, and you need to have that bonding with your children and develop a trust. It's not like you fix a CCTV and watch what your children are doing, but it's basically, as I said, that is prevention is better than cure.
It's really valid point, important point you touched on. Another thing, if you obviously we were last night we were on the same topic, another channel. You mentioned another thing like so we're using too much using social media. Those people actually, those family, the children suffering from distancing from the parents. What about
Exactly.
what's your views on that and how they can actually find the solution?
Yeah, you know what happened? There is before coming to that, there's something very interesting study that if there's a brain change on the image. If you take the brain image, then if if the findings what they have found is if the person is addicted to the drug or to internet, it's the same kind of change you can see in brain image and the same type of
drilling.
behavioral
Yeah, yeah.
pattern. Like you have the withdrawal syndrome, you are addicted to it, that kind of thing. So what they do is like they are when they are in the internet, they're in internet. You can get the information within a if you press a button, and in the games, in the Candy Crush, you just you get everything within a second. So they are like what the kids are having here is they're losing their ambient environment. So they don't know. They are not aware of their surroundings, so they are in a fantasy world. They are not exposed to the real world. Um, that's one thing. Another thing is sometimes if you use, are you with me?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
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 Hello?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I can hear you.
We are listening. We are
Yes,
listening.
This
yes.
is really
Well,
important.
It's,
So
it,
we are
it's
listening. You know,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Carry on. It's a
Yeah.
very
So
important point
if
you're
you
talking.
use
So
too much, then sometimes some young adults um, they lack the interpersonal skills. Like at the end of the
yeah,
day,
definitely.
we need to face the real world. We need to talk to the friends. We need
Yeah.
to talk to the colleagues, and we need to negotiate and that kind of thing. So they lose the interpersonal skills. But I don't want to say all the negative things. But I just want to um, make our parents aware of the fact that they need to discuss these things when the kids are very young. But they shouldn't have the social media phobia because there are loads and loads of positive sides. So yes, so yeah, that's basically what it is.
do you have any
There are
question?
lots of
I,
positive
I,
sides, and yes,
I
sorry.
think Mizan might have one
I
question.
think what you have said is very, very valid. But adding to this, I think there's two sides we have to look at. One is those who are producing the contents. Right, as I introduced myself by saying that there's over 2.6 billion who get to use
Yeah,
Facebook.
the line is not clear.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and what I was saying is, although the 2.6 billion, what happens is those followers who are following, if the content producers manage to produce right contents, then what can happen is they can learn from this, right? Not just only, like say for example, the news, views, and all that is posted.
Yeah,
The,
and the educational stuff as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a good side to it, but what
Advantages,
happens
yeah.
is there are other, because the Facebook and other platform has been opened up. Anyone can just randomly put in any contents, and what those contents are doing is they're polluting the whole society. So there might be 1,000 contents. Out of those 1,000 contents, only one content you'll find that is useful. So for a normal user to find that one content is very difficult. So you won't find the right content when you really need it. And this is causing lot of problem within the society, and people are looking the negative side of it. But there's also the positive side of it. If you have a good thing, you can reach those 2.6 billion. You can change a whole generation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the world has become a plain level field. I mean, now everybody has got the equal opportunity to show their talents, which is wonderful.
Exactly, and you have to understand the knowledge base as well. I mean, someone with no education of any sort, I mean, either life education or formal education, right? Without those knowledge, they are producing unrelated content. Even just, what I saw is some case, someone was taking
Which is
pictures.
sometimes not authentic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's creating those type of issues, and people are believing in a lot of those stuff.
I think that we as a user, we need to use our wisdom, our judgment.
Yes. It has become paramount that all the users now have to use. You see, that's what it's going to. Everyone who's getting to use those social media, they have to think 10 times that is this message right or wrong. Like
This is the case. This is true for what you post. I think, I mean, if you want to post something, you need to think twice and post once.
Yeah. The other day, what I found, someone was send a message saying that if you pass this message to 10 people, right, you'll get lot of sort of like
You'll go to heaven.
yeah, you'll go to heaven,
Heaven,
right?
you'll get blessings, you'll get a lot of good
those
luck.
Do you?
So,
I
yes.
regularly get this kind of thing. Yeah.
right, so there's a lot of things, and also those lot of preachers are what they're saying, right? If you pass this content to X number of people, or
Yes.
get X number of likes, right,
Yeah.
you'll go to Jannah and things like this.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are
yeah.
false messages, and a lot of elders, even nowadays, a lot of elders who are not aware of this technology and the damaging that it can do, right? They fall for it.
Dr. Zakir
it's a nice
Rizwana,
program.
thank you
Yeah.
for your
Thank
call.
you
It's
very
really
much.
important call for us, and
Congratulations
I
to
think,
you all.
yeah, thank you very much. We'll speak to you
Okay,
soon.
bye for now.
Bye. I think we received another call. If you call again, we'll answer. And yes, we received another call. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Hello,
assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Who's calling?
This is Tanzila Jaman.
Sanjana. Yes, go ahead. What's your views on social media?
ভাইয়া আমি সংক্ষেপে যদি এভাবে
হ্যাঁ বলেন, অসুবিধা নেই।
একটা সুবিধা অসুবিধা আছে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
হ্যাঁ, তো আমাদের দেখতে হবে আমাদের মানে এরকম যে হয়তো স্টোরে গেলাম বাস আসতেছে, কিন্তু আমি কেন বাঁচবো না, যে নাম্বারটা সিটেবল হবে, যে বাসটা আমার বাসায় যাবে সেটাই আমি উঠবো। তা আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে ফেসবুকটা এরকম যে আমরা এটাকে কিভাবে পজিটিভলি ইউজ করতে পারি, ইউটিলাইজ করতে পারি। কেউ ভালো করছে, সেটা আমি ইন্সপিরেশন হিসেবে আমার হয়তো কাজে লাগছে। আমি তানজিরা, একটা পরিচয় আছে, তো আমি ইন্সপিরেশন মোটিভেশন নিয়ে বেশ কাজ করছি এবং রিসার্চও করতেছি এর আগে। তো আমি যেটা বুঝি ভাইয়া, প্রত্যেকটা মানুষের সক্রিয়তা অত্যন্ত অনুযায়ী তার আপু যে একটু আগে আপু এসেছিল, আমি বুঝিনি কেউ না, আপু তার কথা ভালো লেগেছে। উইজডম, নিজের উইজডমটাকে ইউটিলাইজ করতে হবে, হ্যাঁ, ওয়াইজলি কাজ করতে হবে। ধরুন খুব ভালো তথ্যমূলক একটা জিনিস দিয়েছে, সেখান থেকে আমি অনেক কিছু শিখতে পারি, বা আবার আমার মনে যদি এমন ভালো শিখতে লিখতে পারি, তবে আমি ফিল করি নেতিবাচক কথা আমাদের করা উচিত, যেগুলো আমাদের ইনডাইরেক্টলি ইনফ্লুয়েন্স করে। তো এটা আমার মনে হয়েছে। আর আমি একটা পজিটিভ কথা বলতে চাই যে আমি কিন্তু ফেসবুক দিয়ে অনেক অথর, অনেক প্রডিউসার, অনেক ইসলামিক স্কলার, মানে অনেকের সাথে মিট হয়েছে, যেটা আনবিলিভেবল। এবং মনে হয়েছে ওই আপুটার সাথে, ওই অথরটার সাথে, সে পাকিস্তানি, সে আমেরিকায়, অথচ তাকে চিনে, কিন্তু হার্ট টু হার্ট মনে হচ্ছে উই আর লাইক মাইন্ডেড। মানে আমার কাছে অ্যামেজিং মনে হয়েছে। এখন বিষয়টা হলো এরকম, বেছে নেওয়ার বিষয়টা। আমি একজনের প্রোফাইলে দেখছি, ঢুকছি, সার্চ করছি, কন্টিনিউ, কিন্তু দেখবো হয়তো 2000-এ সে ওপেন করেছে, মাঝে 7 বছর সে ছিল না, এরপরে সে নতুন ভাবে আবার করছে হাবিজেবি মার্কা। তো আসলে আমার মনে হয় তার সাথে আমার রাইট না, আমি মানে ম্যাচ হচ্ছে না। তো আই ক্যান জাস্ট স্কিপ। আবার আমি দেখছি একজনের সাথে আমার ম্যাচ হচ্ছে, শেখার আছে অনেক কিছু পজিটিভ। আমার তার ওয়ালে গেলে আমার হয়তো ভালো লাগবে, যে নিউজ ফিডে আসলে আমার ভালো লাগবে, আর ইমপ্রেশন হবে।
হ্যাঁ, সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া অনেক অনেক ভালো জিনিস হয়। যেমন আমরা যদি বলি, আমাদের কথাই বলি, যে আমরা আজকে যে এই টক শোটা করছি, সেটা যদি চিন্তা করেন, আমরা আসলে কমিউনিটি বা আমাদের যারা একসাথে কাজ করি, আমাদের ভিউয়ার্সদের জন্য একটা শো দিচ্ছি, আমরা কথা বলতেছি, আপনাদেরকে সুযোগ দিচ্ছি কথা বলার। তো এটা তো পজিটিভলি নেওয়া উচিত। এটা সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ার বদৌলতেই আমরা করছি।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক বলেছেন ভাইয়া। আমি কিন্তু সরি, আপনাদেরকে কাউকে ধন্যবাদ দিতে আমি পাইনি। আপনি শুরু করেছেন ওপিনিয়ন দিয়ে, আমি বলতে দিয়েছেন আমাকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। প্রথমে আমি সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি, আপনারা 3 জন কষ্ট করে এসেছেন, এত সুন্দর প্রোগ্রাম করছেন। আমার মনে হয় এটা নাইস প্ল্যাটফর্ম, যেখানে আমরা পজিটিভলি ওপিনিয়ন দিতে পারি, কোলাবোরেশন করতে পারি। আমি আপনাদেরকে সবাইকে অভিনন্দন জানাচ্ছি, সুন্দর একটা কাজ করছেন। আর দর্শকদের জন্য এটাই বলবো, যারা শুনছেন অথবা দেখছেন, যে আমরা কিভাবে জিনিসটা নিব সেটা আমার বিষয়। কেউ কিন্তু চাইলে আমার কোলের মধ্যে দিয়ে দিচ্ছে না, আমার বাসায় এসে দিচ্ছে না, দিচ্ছে না, আমি নিচ্ছি না। কেউ একটা কিছু দিচ্ছে নেগেটিভ, আমি নিব না। হ্যাঁ, এখানে আমি হয় সাইলেন্ট থাকি, ভালো কিছু দিলে। তবে আমি একটা জিনিস খেয়াল করেছি, যে মানুষ অনেকে বলে যে লাইক ডিসলাইক কিংবা এগুলার এফেক্টটা, আমার কাছে মনে হয় কি, যে কিছু আপু যেটা বলেছে ভালো লেগেছে, এই যে অনেক সময় হয় কি, মানুষ নিজেকে গুড ফিল করে, যেটা আপু বলেছে, আমার ওনার সাথে আমি একমত, যে অনেক সময় মানুষ গুড ফিল, হয়তো কেউ ভাইয়া কেউ কিন্তু সেলফ সিস্টেম সবার সমান না। হয়তো আপনি আমাকে একটা চর মারছেন, আমি সেটা নিতে পারবো, কিন্তু আরেকজনকে দিচ্ছেন, সে নিতে পারবে না। সে হয়তো আপনার সাথে একটা সিনক্রেট করবে। এখন সবাই কিন্তু সেন্টিমেন্ট বা সবাই নিতে পারে না। এখন সেলফ এস্টিম অনেকের লো থাকে, তখন একটু লাইক চেক দিলে সে একটু গুড ফিল করে, সে একটু এনকারেজ ফিল
এই
করে।
যে
তো আমি
ফিলিং
কোনো
গুড,
কিছুকে
এটাই
নোটিস
হচ্ছে
দিই না, এটা আমার চরিত্র।
হ্যাঁ
একটা জিনিস হলো এখানে যে ভাইয়া আমরা যদি লাইক না পাই ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার। আমি একটা কাজ করছি, এটা ভালো আমি জানি। আমি জানি মানুষ কিন্তু ইচ্ছা করে, যেমন আপনার ভিডিওটা আপনি বলেন, এই যে শোটা করছেন, কয়জন আপনার শেয়ার দেবে কিংবা কয়জন আপনাকে ভালো ভালো কমেন্ট দিবে, আপনি নিজে
ভেরি
অ্যানালাইসিস করবেন।
ভ্যালিড
এন্ড
পয়েন্ট
অফ দ্য স্টোরি। তো
এক্স্যাক্টলি
আপনি কিন্তু জানেন ভাইয়া আপনি কি করছেন। সো দ্যাটস ইগনোর, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি। তো আমার মনে হয় যারা ফেসবুক ইউজ করে তাদেরকে একটু ফিল করা উচিত যে আমি কি করছি, আমি নিজেকে জাজ বা মানে নিজেকে ফিল করি আমি কি করছি, আমার পদচারণাটা কি। আরেকটা জিনিস আমি বারে বারে বলবো যে নেগেটিভ কিছু কেউ না করাই ভালো। এটা কিন্তু
হ্যাঁ
ইনডাইরেক্টলি আসলে আমাদেরকে কি করে মানে খুবই খুবই আসলে নেগেটিভলি আমার কাছে ভালো লাগে না। বাট করার কিছু থাকে না, যেহেতু ফ্রেন্ড বন্ধুর মধ্যে ফেসবুকে ওই আমাদের বড় ভাইয়া যিনি বলেছেন আরেকটা ভাইয়া, যে আসলে আমাদের অনেক ফ্রেন্ড আমরা কিন্তু চিনি না, আদৌ চিনি না, কোনো ইন্টারাকশনই নেই। তো
হ্যাঁ
আসলে কি হয়, আদৌ কিছুই না, লাইক এ নাম্বার, ফ্রেন্ডস হার্ট ইটস লাইক এ নাম্বার। এত ফ্রেন্ড আছে, হ্যাভ ইউ এভার স অর এনি ইন্টারেক্ট, ইভেন এ ওয়ার্ড, পজিটিভ ওয়ার্ড, নো। সো আই থিঙ্ক উই নিড টু ইগনোর দ্যাট কাইন্ড অফ থিং। আমরা কিভাবে গেইন করতে পারি সেটা দেখবো। যেমন আমাকে যদি বলেন ভাইয়া, আমি কিন্তু অনেক জব পেয়েছি ওভার ফেসবুকে, অনেক ধরনের জব
আচ্ছা
পেয়েছি,
So that's the
ফ্রিল্যান্সিং
positive
কাজ
side
করেছি।
of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
লাকি ইউ দেন
Advantage.
তো আমার মনে হয়,
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ,
yeah.
আমার মনে হয় ভাইয়া আপনারা যা করছেন, নাইস করছেন, পজিটিভলি নিতে হবে এবং কিভাবে পজিটিভলি ইউটিলাইজ করতে হবে সেটা একটা বিষয়। তো আবারও সবাইকে অনেক অনেক অভিনন্দন জানিয়ে আজকের
Yeah.
মতো মতামত দেওয়া শেষ
Yeah,
করছি ভাইয়া।
thank you very much.
Shah,
Thanks for your call.
on that note, right,
থ্যাংক ইউ।
on that note, what I'd like to say, right, those people who are
Watching
watching
now?
us, those people who are watching us, they should share it, view it, invite people, and pass it on to other friends and families.
Yeah,
Yes,
another
definitely.
important thing, so don't
Definitely.
forget to download LB24 app. You can watch live from our app. Did you download it? I don't know. Oh, I received another call. Sorry. Yeah, you can call again. And we are here to answer your call. And আপনাদের প্রশ্ন আপনারা আসলে আমি ভুলেই গেছি যে আমরা বাংলায়ও কথা বলতে হবে। আমাদের বাংলা যারা কথা বলেন তারা ইংল্যান্ডের বাইরে থেকেও আপনারা কল করতে পারেন, স্কাইপের মাধ্যমে কল করতে পারেন। আই থিঙ্ক স্কাইপের মধ্যে কল করলে এই নাম্বারে ফ্রি। Am I right?
Yes.
That's
yes.
correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
the number,
yes,
yes.
please.
Another call. Let me answer the call. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
আসসালামাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
ভালো আছেন নি?
জি, কে কইরা ভাই?
জুবাইর ভাই লাগেন?
জি,
জুবাইর ভাই নি?
না শাহ ইউসুফ। জি জি
শাহ ইউসুফ ভাই নি?
জি জি হোক আপনি, আমরা সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া লিয়ে
আপনি
মাত্রা
ইউস থেকে মাত্রা কেমন শাহ ইউসুফ ভাই?
জি আপনি মাত্রা বিকজ আপনি স্টুডিওত মাত্রা সরি আপনি এখন স্টুডিওত মাত্রা সরাসরি আমরা টক শো করলাম। টপিক হইল কি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া এ লাইফ অফ লাই। এখন আপনার ওপিনিয়ন জি হোক আছেন, আপনার ওপিনিয়ন কিতা, আপনার মতামত কিতা, দর্শকে দেখরা দর্শকে হুনরা কিন্তু আপনার মাত মাতকে ভাই সরি আমি ভুলে গেছি আপনার নামটা কিতা। আপনি ভিডিওর ভলিউমটা কমাইলো কেন, বিকজ it's repeating. I know it's few seconds delay because obviously broadcasting delays. আপনি হঠাৎ
Oh, I think the line,
I
we've
lost
dropped the
the
line.
caller.
Okay.
আবার যদি করেন আবার ফোন করতে পারেন।
Okay.
We are here to talk to you and we are here to actually understand what social media.
A life of lies. Well, some people use it for various reasons. As you said, it's advantages and disadvantages of everything, even social media. Some people might use it for fake reasons, create fake. Well, if we're going back to say specifically Facebook, that's because a lot of users, as Ms. Mbai has said, a lot of users on Facebook. So let's say somebody created a fake profile. I mean, it's so easy to create a profile as well. Through that, people are going into other people's Facebooks. Again, we have to be, as Dr. Rizwana said, we have to be wise users. We have to be alert stalking people, because we have to be careful who we're adding. You know, friends requests is another one. I'm sure you all know.
Can I just say, what's the age restriction to open a Facebook account?
You know what? I don't know.
I think you should know this. I know.
I'm sure you know.
I think,
Are you going to tell us?
I don't know. We'll find out after the break. We have to get that. Okay, you say it. Just go for it.
12.
12. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Right? But what it is, right? Parents, is it 12 or 16?
Consent.
They have to give the consent. But what happens is a lot of parents are encouraging their children to open up a Facebook account. And that is what's the problem here.
Did you see newborn baby that have Facebook accounts?
Facebook
Did you
accounts,
see that?
yes.
That is astonishing. I mean, where is our society going?
Parents creating
Parents
Facebook
creating,
accounts for
yeah,
newborn
Shah's
babies.
I think you've done that too.
Oh, come on.
Shah's absolutely right.
I'm
Yeah.
completely against this because look, newborn baby, they think, oh no, they're tagging pictures, young children, they're taking pictures with the new.
You know what? One thing I have to say, right? I was taking you see on my feed, right? I don't have any pictures of my family. It's not because I don't want to. I've got a very lovely family, but what it is, my son says I don't want my picture, and he's only 8 years of age.
There you go.
Right? He said I don't want my picture on the Facebook. Right, and where it comes from
You
is
have
from
to respect.
No,
Yes,
I do. I
definitely,
don't.
you have to,
I
yeah.
mean, and my wife also, because they get it from their mother, you know. And what it is, the last picture I took, if you go on my profile, you'll see, right?
You know, I don't.
It's
I
black
never
and
use
black
my
and that.
family
Okay.
pictures on Facebook.
Yeah.
A lot of people get confused. Do I have family? Of course I have family. I'm not going to talk about family, by the way. Family is.
But
Everybody
what
has.
we are saying is that, you know, the consent, right, child having, because what I'm saying, that from their mother, right, they get to learn that should I, shouldn't I, right and wrong, right? And a lot of the mothers out there, a lot of the fathers out there, right, they're encouraging, they're pulling, saying that, oh, you should use this, you know, opening up an email account, actually giving them a Pandora's box. They don't know how to use it. Even the parents don't know how to use it and the impact that it can have.
Yeah.
Right? It is very important that our mothers, fathers, younger brothers and
Or
sisters
even guardians,
yeah,
relatives, I mean, aunts,
have some
uncles.
sort of barrier, because
Yes,
there's no stop
definitely.
button, as I said. Once you open it
Yeah.
up, it's a
Once you're
Pandora's
opening up.
box. They can have
Yeah.
inundated information, right or wrong. They won't be able to judge.
Do you know
And-
what? It's a big subject we are talking. I don't know how long we can carry on because it's a big, massive. I know three of us. I think I should get more information from Magna. Yeah, let's take a break.
No, it's just
Actually,
interesting.
Let's go for a break.
Yep. Okay, we'll come
because
back.
our advertisers, obviously, we have to promote them as well. So let's go for a break. We are coming back after the. Oops, I have to answer one call. Let me answer the call. Sorry. Hello.
হ্যালো
Hello.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
আমি কি লাইভে কথা বলছি
জি 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 লাইভে কথা বলছেন, আপনি বলেন আপনার মতামত। আমরা কথা বলছি, জানেন তো যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ার খারাপ দিক ভালো দিক দুটা নিয়ে কথা বলছি, তো আপনার ওপিনিয়ন কি?
ধন্যবাদ আমাকে
ভাইয়ের নামটা কি?
জন্য আসলে হয়েছে কি যে আসলে আমি এই সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া আমাদেরকে আসলে এমন ভাবে আঁকড়ে ধরেছে যে দিনের কয়েক ঘন্টা মনে আমরা এই ফেসবুক, টুইটার বা বিভিন্ন অনলাইন পত্রিকাতে নষ্ট করি। আর এত বেশি ইনফরমেশন যে কোনটা থাকবে মাথায়, কোনটা থাকবে না, এরকম একটা এর মধ্যে থাকি আমরা, সমস্যা থেকে, মানে অনেকগুলো ইনফরমেশন, অনেক ইনফরমেশন এখন। আর অ্যাক্সেস এত ইজি যে মুহূর্তে আপনি যে কোনো জায়গা থেকে আপনি যেতে পারছেন। আগে আমরা পত্রিকা পড়তাম, পত্রিকার থেকে যে ইনফরমেশন গুলো আমরা হৃদয়ঙ্গম হতো, সেগুলা অনেক সময় থাকতো। এখন মনে হয় যে এই ইনফরমেশন গুলো ঠিক মতো থাকে না। আরেকটা জিনিস যেটি হচ্ছে যে ফেসবুকে বা ইউটিউব বা অন্যান্য যে ভিডিও যেগুলো আছে, সেগুলো কিন্তু কোনো স্টপিং পয়েন্ট নাই। আপনার মনে হলো আপনি সারাদিন ইউটিউব দেখতে পাচ্ছেন। আমরা আগে বাকের ভাই কিংবা বিভিন্ন নাটক দেখতাম দেশে থাকতে। এই নাটকগুলো একটা স্টপিং পয়েন্ট ছিল যে আমরা ওই দিন ওই সময় পর্যন্ত দেখবো।
আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে নাটকটা মনে হয় এমন নেশা হয়ে গিয়েছিল মানুষের, যে পরবর্তীতে বাকের ভাইয়ের ফাঁসি সামথিং, ফাঁসির জন্য মানুষ মিছিলও করেছে ফাঁসি না হওয়ার জন্য, অর্থাৎ নাটকে ফাঁসি না হওয়ার জন্য
আবেদন থাকতো এগুলো, কিন্তু এখন কিন্তু এগুলো আবেদন থাকে না।
এখন তো টিভি দেখার সময় নেই, তাই না?
ইউটিউবের মধ্যে হচ্ছে যে স্টপিং পয়েন্ট নেই, এই বিষয়টি নিয়ে আলাপ হয়েছিল মিজান ভাইয়ের সাথে, একবার মিজান ভাইয়ের সাথে কথা বলেছিলাম। তো উনি বলছিলেন যে এই স্টপিং পয়েন্ট না থাকার কারণে আমরা আসলে খুব বেশি এক্সেস হয়ে যাচ্ছে এবং এটা আমাদের সামাজিক মানে মানসিক সামাজিক বিভিন্ন ধরনের সমস্যা তৈরি করছে। এর একটা উপায় বের করা দরকার, কিভাবে সুস্থ সুন্দরভাবে ব্যবহার করা যায়। আমার মনে হয় আপনাদের আলোচনা খুব প্রাসঙ্গিক, খুবই জরুরি। আমরা ট্রেনে বা বাসে যাতায়াত করলে দেখি যে লোকজনেরা ওই মোবাইলের মধ্যে ডুবে আছে সবাই। আমার মনে হয় মানব জাতির জন্য একটা বড় ধরনের বিপর্যয় নেমে আসবে সামনের দিনগুলোতে। বড় ধরনের কোনো অসুখ হবে মানসিক, আমার কাছে লাগে যে মানসিক এবং মানসিক শারীরিক তো যোগসূত্র আছে, সুতরাং মানুষ একটি খারাপের দিকে যাচ্ছে স্বাস্থ্যগত দিক দিয়ে।
ধন্যবাদ ভাইয়া ফোন করার জন্য। It's really nice to talking to you and আবারও কথা হবে।
Let me just add on to what Rohan Bhai was saying, right? In Japan, you know, they are creating an app, right, where you get more likes and views from there, right?
I think that video, I watched this.
No, it's not video. They're creating the app, which actually, they're creating the app where you will do transaction with how many likes you get, right? And the way people are going to like you is through your behavior. They made a series, but in Japan they're inventing this.
Okay. What we're going to do, we'll take more calls after the break. Let's go for break and I'll see you after the breaks. Stay tuned.
Sale, sale, sale. Massive clearance sale is going on from 1st November 2017. Salma Designer Abaya House is giving you up to 70% off on all designer abaya, 60% off on designer kaftan, 50% off on waistcoat, 50% off on Islamic books, 500 gram ajwa dates only for £10, and many more items. Visit our store to get this clearance sale. Salma Designer Abaya House, 118 Whitechapel Road, London E11JE. Telephone 02070182375.
আমাদের কমিউনিটিতে কার্গো বিজনেসের প্রসার ঘটিয়েছে জিএমজি। এক যুগেরও বেশি সময় ধরে জিএমজি আস্থার সাথে সেবা দিয়ে যাচ্ছে। সস্তা বিজ্ঞাপনে প্রতারিত হবেন না। জিএমজি বাংলাদেশ বিমান অনুমোদিত একমাত্র কার্গো সেলস এজেন্ট। কার্গো সেবা নিলে বেস্ট সেবাটাই নিন, নিরাপদ থাকুন। জিএমজি কার্গো, আস্থা ও বিশ্বস্ততার প্রতীক।
Oasis Banqueting Hall, Barking, is East London's first choice for any occasion, offering a range of services and facilities to suit your needs. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, anniversary, or religious service, 180 to 1,000 guests, you can trust us to make your event truly special. Oasis Banqueting Hall, Barking, the perfect choice for your occasion. For bookings, call 0208 594 2222.
পিসিও ক্লেইমস মিনি ক্যাব ড্রাইভারের বিপদর বন্ধু। গাড়ি অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট করিয়া জবলেস হওয়ার দিন শেষ। জাস্ট ওয়ান ফোন কলে পিসিও ক্লেইমস আপনারা দিতে পারে 24 আওয়ার্স রিকভারি, ইমিডিয়েট রিপ্লেসমেন্ট কার, স্টোরেজ অ্যান্ড রিপেয়ার সার্ভিস। 02077917799।
Mom, isn't Dad come back home?
When a marriage breaks down, children suffer the most. If you are in this situation, we are here to help.
For Child and Family Matters, Kingdom Solicitors.
সেল 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 সালমা ডিজাইনার আবায়া হাউসে ক্লিয়ারেন্স সেল 1 নভেম্বর 2017 থেকে সালমা ডিজাইনার আবায়া হাউস দিচ্ছে সকল আবায়ার উপর সর্বোচ্চ 70% মূল্য ছাড়, কাফতানের উপর সর্বোচ্চ 60%, ওয়েস্টকোটের উপর সর্বোচ্চ 50%, 500 গ্রাম আজওয়া খেজুর মাত্র 10 পাউন্ড এবং ইসলামিক বইয়ের উপর রয়েছে সর্বোচ্চ 50% মূল্য ছাড়। আজই আসুন এবং আমাদের ক্লিয়ারেন্স সেল অফার গ্রহণ করুন। সালমা ডিজাইনার আবায়া হাউস, 118 হোয়াইটচ্যাপেল রোড, লন্ডন E11JE, টেলিফোন 02070182375।
Hello there. Legal Taxi's mobile app is an amazing cloud-based taxi booking solution. The taxi drivers and passengers can access this application anytime and anywhere. Are you trying to call up a taxi? Well, don't waste your precious time anymore. And now, you can book your taxi at ease. Do you want to know how? It's so simple. Download the Legal Taxis app from the App Store. Enter the location manually or drag the balloon where you want the pickup and drop to happen. Legal Taxis application shows the taxis nearby. On a single click, your request is sent to the nearest driver. The taxi driver will receive your request and accept it instantly. In return, you will receive the notification and you could check the current location of the taxi with the estimated time to reach your pickup location. At the end of your journey, you will receive the receipt of taxi fare in your mobile app. Legal Taxis app not only allows you to book regular taxis but also black cabs, mini cabs and hackney carriages. Book your taxi today for a great voyage at Legal Taxis.
Viewers, welcome back to my show. And okay, I think first, Meghna, can you read some comments from our viewers?
Yes, I'm going to read some. I've actually been looking at the comments.
Yeah, we receive calls. Obviously, we'll receive more calls. People can call.
As we go
Still
along.
call. And let's read some
Let's read
comments
some of
from
the
viewers,
comments. I have Yusuf Chowdhury. He also, this is funny, he also said there are some Facebook accounts for cats, which is true because people do open accounts for their pets.
True, trust me.
It's very true. And then there's a Naz Chai. There is a correlation between social media postings and a tendency toward narcissistic behavior. He's absolutely right. Self-promotion and attention seeking, which is so true. Also, social media enables people with social anxieties to find a sense of belonging. And again, touching on what Dr. Zakir Razwana said, you know, makes people feel good, but it's about approval. For some people, it is they need that approval from Facebook or from some form of social media. It's an acceptance of themselves that makes them feel they can carry on with their lives.
Nasra, thank you very much. It's a really nice comment.
And then we have Imdad Basit, great show, excellent subject. Yusuf Chowdhury again, yes, commenting again. And then we have Ahmed Sohana. Thank you for your comment, Ahmed Sohana. Great topic. She's just mentioned a positive and a negative. It connects people, yes, promotes your events, businesses, and companies like ourselves, LB24. Negatives, yes, over promotion while someone is doing a live on their phone without realizing you could be actually tapping into a personal conversation that someone is having. And again, I think just touching on what Suhana said, you know, the other thing is pictures.
Yeah.
Taking photos at events without consent. You're in a room and you're live taking pictures and you're just posting it on Facebook when I might not want my picture. Yeah, you're not ready. I might not even want my picture to be
if
taken.
their picture is fine,
or in that group or in the room or
they don't
something.
mind to upload the picture without your consent.
Or you know, some people just with their phone start videoing and things like that. It's quite. Wouldn't
I think
you want?
I want you to talk about some of the events, you know, sisters events. It's called sisters only.
Assist women only, female only events. Yes.
Let me receive one call.
Okay.
Let's. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
ভাইয়া কেমন আছেন? প্রোগ্রাম তো অনেক সুন্দর হচ্ছে আপনাদের।
হ্যাঁ, আমরা ভালো আছি। আপনি ভালো আছেন অবশ্যই। আপনার কি ওপিনিয়ন? অর্থাৎ মতামত?
আমার ওপিনিয়ন হচ্ছে আপনাদের প্রোগ্রাম খুব সুন্দর হচ্ছে আর ওই যে আপনাদের শোতে যে আপা আছেন না উনি খুব সুন্দর কথা বলতেছেন।
Thank you ভাইয়া। Thank you very much.
আপার সাথে কি কথা বলা যায়?
হ্যাঁ, বলেন। কোনো সমস্যা নাই। She is here. Yeah.
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
হ্যাঁ, ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম ভাইয়া, বলেন।
কেমন আছেন আপা?
হ্যাঁ, ভালো আছি। আপনি কেমন আছেন?
আমি ঠিক আছি আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। প্রথমে আপনাকে খুব সুন্দর লাগতেছে এটা বলার জন্য এত কষ্ট করে
ধন্যবাদ ভাইয়া। Thank you so much.
আমরা কয়েকজন বন্ধু বান্ধব মিলে আপনাদের অনুষ্ঠানটি দেখছি
Wow,
খুব
I'm
ভালো
really
Oh.
happy. Wonderful. This is what we want.
Oh my God, who is this?
প্রিয় মিজান ভাইও আছেন মিজান ভাইকে অনেক ভালো
Oh.
লাগছে দেখে
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
আমাদের গ্রুপ লিডারের কাছে উনিও কথা বলবেন একটু
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা দেন। Oh, hello?
Walaikum
Walaikum
salam.
আপনার মিজান ভাইকে আজকে খুব চমৎকার লাগছে স্পেশালি
Oh, thank you.
আচ্ছা
ভালো লাগছে মিজান ভাইকে বেশ সুন্দর দেখাচ্ছে
আচ্ছা
Aha.
আমরা আশা করব মিজান ভাইকে আগামীতে উপস্থাপনায়ও দেখব সেটা আমাদের
Definitely,
Of
definitely.
course.
You are kidding me.
Presenting. You will see him present.
Definitely,
Today, actually,
definitely.
he is presenting as well. You know, উনিও কিন্তু host. এখানে আমরা শাহিন খান বলেন তো না ওকে go for it. Yeah. তারপর
মিজান ভাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম
Walaikum salam. How are you?
আমরা মিজান
and
ভাইকে
you have
কিন্তু
coffee.
পর্দার আড়ালে থেকেই চিনি কিন্তু আজকে এই প্রথম মনে হয় যে, মিজান ভাইকে আমরা সামনাসামনি দেখতে পাচ্ছি এটা আমরা যারা দর্শক আছি আমরা খুব উপভোগ করছি
Aha.
এবং এটা আমাদের সৌভাগ্য যে মিজান ভাইকে অন্তত আমরা ক্যামেরার সামনে দেখতে পাচ্ছি এটাকে খুব ভালো লাগছে অনেক ধন্যবাদ আর শাহ ইউসুফকে তো আর বলার বলতে হবে না
চেহারাটা কেমন মিজান ভাইয়ের কত সুন্দর হ্যান্ড look
Are you putting me on board?
your screen look
শোনা যাচ্ছে
জি জি জি
জি না আপনাদের অনুষ্ঠান খুবই সুন্দর হচ্ছে আসলে আমরা অনেক উপভোগ করছি বিশেষ করে আমরা মিজান ভাইকে দেখতে পাচ্ছি স্ক্রিনে অনেকদিন পর কিন্তু উনি আসছেন অবশ্যই খুবই ভালো লাগছে অনেকে কিন্তু উনি স্টার বানিয়েছেন কিন্তু পর্দার আড়াল থেকে
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
সময় পর্দার আড়ালে থাকতে ভালোবাসেন তাহলে আজকে উনি আসলে সেজন্য আমরা
আপনারা কি চান যে মিজান ভাই একটা শো শুরু করুক যেটা সামনে
অবশ্যই এটা কোনো দাবি এটা আমাদের সবার দাবি মিজান ভাইকে উপস্থাপনায় দেখতে চাই
একটা মিছিলের মতো হয়ে যাক তাহলে
আমাদের এক দফা এক দাবি আমরা মিজান ভাইকে সামনে চাই
মানতে হবে আমাদের দাবি মানতে হবে
মিজান ভাই look
ঠিক আছে
Did you organize
পুরুষ
this or
ছিল
something?
অন্য I don't know
Right.
তাদেরকে আমি কণ্ঠ শুনতে বুঝতে পারছি না তারা আপনাকে চায় হোস্টিং এ when are you going to start the show
You see the problem যেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের এখানে মধ্যে যদি আমি সামনে চলে আসি পিছনে কে থাকবে
ইউসুফ ভাই অনেক ভালো লাগছে আপনারা আগামীতে যাতে আরো ভালো ভালো প্রোগ্রাম নিয়ে আসেন এই প্রত্যাশায় আমরা থাকলাম আল্লাহ হাফেজ
okay thank you
Allah
very
Hafiz.
much thanks for your call
Thank you.
it's really wonderful group of people phone I think I can recognize some of the voice
Yes.
yeah well we are happy.
Well, you
It's,
did guess
it's
it wrong.
good. It's good they're supporting our topic
Yeah,
as well.
received another call
And yeah.
Oops.
Oh.
It's gone okay
Okay.
I think did you read all of the comments
Yes,
or-
I'm let me just check if there's yes, and Yusuf Chowdhury again. Social media is just a tool. It can be used for good causes and bad causes. Your show opens up a great discussion, and I would not have known about it if my friend Musrat Ilahi did not share this. Thank you, Yusuf Chowdhury, and thank you to Musrat as well. Thank you, Musrat.
Musrat is
And
one
yes.
of our presenter
Yes, and has
Watch
an
her show
amazing
every
show,
Friday.
definitely. Yeah.
every Friday 8:30
30. One thing again,
what's her show name can you
the live show of Musab.
Musrat she's a wonderful presenter
Yes.
watch her show
One of the things is again coming to like
I'm learning.
live show Musab. There are other shows like Jiban just to
Yes.
name a few.
Yes.
Cricket. I mean, what LB24 is doing
then you have
is
to mention another few names you don't want to upset our presenters
of
They
course
are
not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, there is views on top news. There is weekly
many.
news discussion.
we love all the shows
Every single one of them. What we are trying to do is we are trying to bring out or create shows which will not just really entertain people, but will have a debate that or bring in something onto the table which people can take in and create question for themselves.
Yes, create question and also awareness.
Absolutely.
Awareness of positives and negatives as
And
today's
I-
topic
I'll open
that
up to
we're
the
doing.
viewers, right? I know many of you have said, right, for me to come into and do a show. I love it. I can't think of
বাংলা
something.
বলে তাদের
Right?
দাবি
আমি কিন্তু জানি না আমি কোন ধরনের শো করব. So if people who have anxiously came for wants me, tell me what I should do, and I'll come forth, inshallah. That's fair?
You will see him.
Of course.
You will see him soon. Yeah, obviously, এখন তো দেখছি আরো দেখবো উনার
I'll disappear for another 1 year though.
You have to start his show.
But come to social media again.
Yes,
I mean, one of the things that we do forget about the content producing, which I really say, there are a lot of media outlets out there, a lot of individuals who is creating fantastic contents, but those contents are getting lost. Right, and again, I mean, you have to have a balance. I mean, there are content producers who is producing ample of contents. That's one side of it, and you have to think of the other side of it. Those people who are viewing. If you do not have the right etiquette of viewing those contents, and you're just binge watching it day after day, you forget to change your child's nappy or do the cooking or whatsoever you're doing. Even you might be employed and you are not responding to your customers. You're so busy with your social media. And it's really irritating when you go to a shop and they're on their phone, right? They're not responsive, right? They're doing their personal calls, right? It's really disturbing. Again, same thing. If those people are using social media or any form of interaction on their personal rather than serving the customers, it's really irritating. So people to change their habits. I mean, these tools are great tools. They should be used. I'm encouraging them to use it, but cautiously, right? They should be using them correctly and not inappropriately, right? I know a lot of as a lot of our viewers have mentioned that people are using inappropriate images and things like that. I mean, yes.
Unfortunately, we know that people or individuals do
misuse it.
Use it for negative reasons. Do use it for. Let's go back to when we're speaking about fake. Well, a little earlier before the break when we were talking about fake accounts,
profiles,
fake profiles. Really serious issue.
I'm really interested to find out,
because we have to. It is happening. It is happening. We hear it amongst our friends. We hear it amongst our families. You know, it's happening. It's an issue. We can say the positives. The positives are all great.
About gossiping? Because
no, I think that
I really want to know about gossiping. Look,
we'll come to gossiping, but defamation. Defamation. What Meghna has mentioned, that is very important because a lot of our users are getting abused, right? And they can't prove because people are using fake profiles.
And it's important we highlight this as well.
And the more people highlight those to right authorities, right, they will start taking actions because people are getting abused seriously. I mean, the other avenue you have to think of, like lawyers can really rinse you because they, it's a different frontier for them.
Yes.
Right. So.
But do you know that?
That's positive side for the lawyers.
Okay, let me tell you something I've experienced, which is.
I know you did a couple of them, yes.
I think it's good to share a personal experience as well.
I have one Facebook account, one Facebook page. I can guarantee.
And there's only one Shah Yusuf, is it?
One Shah Yusuf.
Okay. But you know, my profile has got only one on it, right? So it's M1ZANUR. You know that, right?
His name is M1Z
Mizanur.
Okay, well, nice name.
No, name is nice. Do you know what that name means?
Is that reason you get more likes than me?
You never know. It's a popular name. It's a very...
Yeah, it means balance, so I keep the balance.
There you go.
Right?
You get more likes. I'm sure you get more likes than men.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Well, don't female get,
you get
more?
More
do not females, if we're generally speaking, females do get more likes than men.
Obviously, I was in one of the talk show.
Okay.
One of the participants said, one of the story basically, not on the talk show, sorry. One of the story, one of the men created a fake profile, which is female picture.
Yes.
Do you know, within 1 week, he received 5,000 friend requests. Only fake profile pictures. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Just a beautiful lady picture. He put it, and he received all the requests and messages. So it's basically creating fake world. Some of the people, not everyone, obviously, Some of them very busy, not even using social media properly.
Hardly.
But
Yeah.
there are some people, what do you call them? Psycho? Mentally sick people?
I would call them predators. They're
watch
predators.
people. They stop
That's what
people.
they are.
Look, this even goes back actually. You can't just say, it came up after the Facebook, right? Before the Facebook, it was there.
But in
right?
different forms.
In a different form.
Different
So the whole social media and technology, everything is evolving, right? So is the crime, the way the crime is being committed, right? That is also evolving. We just have to be more cautious and aware, and we have to teach our younger generations and those people around us the proper way of usage, right? And you just have to be cautious and alert about everything.
Yes, cautious and alert, definitely. Be aware. When you're accepting friends' requests, you need to be aware.
Check their profile.
Yes, exactly.
It's easy to find out. Look, check their profile. See if any relative making comments on the post. It's easy to find out.
And
How
also
are you,
mutual
sis?
contacts
Oh, yeah,
as well.
You didn't come to my house. That kind of comments actually easy to find out.
Apart from business related matters, do you really need virtual friends to boost your morale? Do you really need that? I mean, I can understand for business purposes, right? It doesn't matter. I mean, we want everyone to come. We want everyone to like our page. We want everyone to view our page. I mean, we want that.
We don't mind to receive fake likes. Fake people, fake profile from fake profile.
By the way, you know that LB24 actually cleans its page from the fake.
I know.
We do that. We do practice this. That's why you won't see millions of people on our page, right? We have got set viewers.
Pure likes.
Good practice.
Pure people.
Good practice.
Pure people. And good people.
Do you know what does it call? Social media dieting. What we did, because we don't want to be on social media.
You don't want to be fat. You want to be lean and slim like me. Do you go to gym? No, gym comes to me actually.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Right.
And this is what we do. Social media dieting is very important to avoid problems, which is using sensibly and safely. Sorry.
Can I just, before we carry on, can I just read some comments? This is really interesting. Yes. Mushtaq Tufal, we all is a colleague as well. Congrats for a very purposeful show and tackling the issue collectively. Indeed, habits need to be changed. Also, we need to have a balance, as we've been saying, how we utilize this service. Well done. Good to see. Actually, I was having I think in a group conversation, I actually touched on this, the charity side of things, that people are creating pages, people are creating profiles with other names. And, there are some people who see these things and, again, will donate, will freely, happily donate. When
that is the saddest part. They're so emotionally, they think as soon as, say, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, people just start donating, right? They are not understanding what lies beneath, right? There are a lot of genuine charities. There are a lot of...
do your research, please. Do your research. When you're looking into these kind of pages, do your research.
You mentioned the Mufti Bank.
Yes.
To be honest, those people, high-profile people, Facebook, whatever, social media, they have blue tick on it. So actually, you can avoid other profile if you see Mufti Bank.
It's not verified and things like that.
It's verified. You'll see blue tick they have, so you can follow them.
I think you got one as well.
Yeah. He's coming to his one. That was the...
I'm not saying, look, I've got that, but I'm not saying, follow me for LB24.
Yes.
This is what we're going to do. We'll do shows, talk shows. We'll provide better shows, talk shows, videos, which will benefit community and correct ourselves. We'll talk social community issues.
Definitely bring
political show we have, and
but I think this is
there are also entertainment shows are coming. Don't forget to tell our viewers that a lot of entertainment shows are coming.
More to come.
Right.
Basically, watch this space. I just want to read a few more comments. Hasnat Chowdhury, thank you very much for your positive and supportive comments. Yusuf Chowdhury again. Thank you, Yusuf Chowdhury. Another tip, download their profile pics. You know, when we're talking about fake profiles or, you know, created.
Make sure download our LB24 app.
Yes, we're talking about downloading.
Yeah.
Nazmin Chowdhury, it's a fact that majority of the fake accounts opened by men posing as women.
It's vice versa, actually.
I
Vice
wonder if
versa.
that's the way of coming
Is
out
it
as
true?
trans. Nazmin Chowdhury, maybe they have this fantasy in their head that they want to be
I
trans.
can't
Maybe,
prove
who
now.
knows?
I found
Who knows?
so many women actually created fake Facebook profile.
I think it's both. I
fake
think
one.
we can't say it's men and it's men
No.
only
No,
and
it's-
women
it's
only.
very difficult to say that.
It's
It's very,
difficult
very-
to say that. I mean,
it's
jokes
both.
aside, it's difficult to say that it can be both.
It
And
is both,
again,
actually, it is
people
both.
have their own agendas why they open these kind of accounts. Another comment just now, Sheikh Sadi, thank you for participating in the comment. He's saying nice to see you all on a Well President program. May I ask you, do you have any TV channel?
Of
Thank
course
you.
we have.
Yes,
You're watching.
yes, you're
And
watching
we are
our TV channel.
app-based TV.
Thank you, Sheikh,
can
for
just
your
download.
comment.
It's easy. Go to your phone, mobile phone, or any device actually.
Yes.
iPad, any tablet.
Devices, your mobile
any
devices, all your devices.
Yeah, it's
your
all
tablets.
about just download, and you can watch all the HD videos. We are for you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many downloads? I have to see. I have to check tonight how many downloads we received tonight.
I think.
all the fans.
I
Look,
thi-
I know 20.
Shah, one of the things
on
I
my
think.
Facebook, I want everyone to download. Let's see.
I think
If
one of
they
the
love me, like me.
one of the things we should tell our viewers is that Facebook, although we do streaming on Facebook and on YouTube, we are using those for the marketing side of it to promote our app. You know, but if when they get to view it on the social media, right, they will miss out a lot of the shows. But if they download our app, they'll be able to go into the right shows of their choice, right? So that's the beauty of the app, right? Which is very important, I think.
Yes, of course. Coming back
And
to...
it's free, by the way. Don't forget
Yeah,
that.
free.
Yeah.
Android.
Yep, I'm an
I'm
Android
Apple
user.
fan. Sorry, I'm not doing marketing for Apple.
Well,
You're not doing
Hope
marketing for
not.
Samsung.
No.
But two different, gadgets we use. I use iOS. And
I
always seen that.
I think the I think the Samsung and Apple battle will carry on,
Yes,
right?
it
But
will
let's
carry
not.
on.
This is not. This
You're
is not
outnumbered,
here,
Shah.
right?
I'm Samsunger as well, so there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Right.
then I'm not
Two,
gonna
one.
talk about this. I'm not going to talk about model and gadgets. Okay, let's talk about.
I think one of the things we should bring out is how to improve our lives, because what is doing
with
that-
social media.
with social media. It's now with social media. I mean, why was social media in? I mean, say for example, if we pick any one of them. In this case, let's
Yes.
pick Facebook.
Yes.
Why it was invented? To communicate with his friends, right?
Yes,
to
exactly.
be
Connectivity.
Connectivity. Now, if people started misusing that, if they get to use it day and night, not communicating, what he has done is replace the human
Yes.
value
And
totally.
absolutely,
Right?
Ms.
So
Amai, absolutely.
you have to have a balance.
You have to.
Shall I share one story? Not story. One of the video I watched on Facebook actually, and it's really interesting. One of the female uploaded a picture, nice, in the morning. She woke up and makeup and dressed up nicely, and she uploaded a picture.
Isn't that the norm? Isn't that?
Yeah, no, in the morning. Actually, not. She's not going out.
Okay.
Just upload a picture, nice caption. Another man saw that post, and he was driving. He just parked his car, and what he has done, he thought, okay, let me do something else. He pretended that he was riding bikes. He went to the seaside, he was there, and he was taking selfie. Some comment, I forgot the comments, but obviously post was something like doing exercise. Actually, he was driving. He's not.
So giving the false impression to each
Yeah,
other.
yes.
Each
The
other, yeah.
reason he did it, someone else actually did something nice, and he thought, oh, I'm just driving, I'm grumpy face. No, I want to do something else. I'm smiling. I want to show the world. It's just showing off.
Well, that's what it is, you know. Again, it comes to
Getting likes.
getting likes.
I don't get likes, more likes.
Likes and views.
Yeah, someone
Right.
asked me, you have more followers, but you don't get likes.
Are you suffering from this?
I'm not
Are you
suffering.
truly suffering
Syndrome.
from this?
Like LB24, I'm happy.
Right? He's really suffering. Do you know how many times he has mentioned throughout the show?
I
Yes.
started-
Please like Shah's posts.
The reason I'm saying, look, this is what's happening in the current situation with social media. Okay, let's talk about high expectation. That the reason it's happening, actually, high expectation. What? I want something more, better than Mizanbai, better than Magna. I want something more, and this is the situation that আমি বাংলা যদি বলি আমি বেশি চাই আমি মিজান ভাই থেকে ভালো হতে হবে আরো বেশি হবে আমি মিজান ভাই থেকে আরো সুন্দর হতে হবে আমি মোর হ্যান্ডসাম হব মিজান ভাই যে স্যুট পরছে আমি আরো দামি স্যুট পরবো এবং
আমি সেই জন্য সুটি পরে নাই রে ভাই
আমি মানুষকে দেখাবো যে এই যে মানুষের মন মানসিকতা এবং যে কারণে হাই এক্সপেকটেশন যে আই ওয়ান্ট মোর এ থেকে কি হয় ডিপ্রেশন
Yes,
Am
it
I
does.
right?
It does lead to, as we said, anxiety, depression.
তো এভাবেই
It
শুরু
can.
হয়।
And also, touching on what we said a little earlier, it socially excludes you. You're socially excluding yourself. This is the only form of communication that you're having with the outside world. And that's what you're portraying of yourself. Because social exclusion is really bad. And we're doing it because of
I
the
have to
social
say
media.
a couple of things come out of this social media. After a lot of businesses have come out, and which really is interesting. And I found, you know, you get to see a set of people who goes out and have a nice meal, take a picture and uploads it. They always upload those type of pictures.
Yes.
I know several people who have made that into a business.
Yeah.
Right? So what they upload those pictures, number one,
foodies,
right? And they start commenting, and restaurateurs start inviting them in because they've got so many followers on their Facebook or social media side. There's another young lady which I know, she makes really nice cakes, right? And she started posting those. Right, slowly she started getting like thousands of likes and followers, and eventually she created a business, and people started buying her cakes, right, through the social media. So there are good things that comes out of it.
it's
Right
the
now,
positive,
you know what? Her turnout is more than those cake shops around the corner.
So basically, are you trying to say that she's using?
Absolutely, she's using
That's
that
in a
business to promote.
positive way
That's a
because,
positive
as we
sense.
know, promote your business. It's good for advertising. It's cheap as well. I mean, it reaches people in seconds and minutes. You know, in seconds. Why am I saying minutes? It's seconds. You can put the message across.
Look,
that is a
So
positive.
Am I right to
It is
say
a positive
that
thing.
we are the product in social media? I said it last night, one of the talk show I was a guest. I said in the beginning that social media, actually, we are the product. We are the product. We are using social media for free.
Yeah.
Which is we are using, and Facebook, whatever social media
Whatever
you call
platform,
it, Twitter,
yeah.
whatever platform, they're putting the adverts.
Yeah.
And they're giving us chance to tell a story and communicating each other the good way. If we use it positive way, just say we are using positive way, we are using
For awareness.
awareness, creating awareness. If you use it just for some of the people actually use, you know, dating website, it's gone. Almost gone. It's not finished yet.
Are you unhappy because it's gone?
No. The reason, it's not about my happiness. What I'm saying, I never used it. I never had to.
I don't even know that it exists.
Use it. What I'm saying, the social media created that platform. It's open platform. It's nowadays people use social media to find their right person. But how are they going to know? They're communicating via text, via messenger, and falling in love with each other. And after that, actually, those photos,
Images,
images
exchanged.
is not the right
It's not the
images,
right-
which is
yes.
probably that person is not like this.
You just mentioned about love and all that stuff. You know, going back into
Relationships,
my
yeah.
relationships, going back into my olden days, you know.
Olden
Right?
days.
You know, people when they fall in love, they start writing songs and music. We get to have a lot of those singers, like they write Bidi Kolome Kinai Kali Joto Joto Shob Shagor Job Kali Hoye Jai.
Are you going to break out in song now?
No, I'm not singing. But those songs, you know, they're talking about those lyrics are talking about how they can change water into ink and you know write their lovers story about their lovers, and you know those type of emotion, those type of creativity. Now you can't write it with text, you know, right? Now you can't write it with the social media. You can't express those feelings as such, and people are moving away. It's very simple, like as I was mentioning, Donald Trump with 140 characters, he's trying to explain how he is feeling or about each other. Not Donald Trump, but I'm talking about individuals, you know, and it's sort of like quick joining and then separation. It's very fast, and that's what's happening in our society. It's really, really destroying.
Yes, it is. It is.
Another thing, another point, I touched on high expectation, and from high expectation, depressions comes in. And next point is how we can control social media. Control means control our Facebook or Twitter account, whatever, Instagram. Nowadays, Instagram is more popular because you can upload pictures. But one thing I want to talk about, I think Meghna can explain better, which is a photo editing app. Tell me a little bit about it.
Photo editing apps, yes. I have laughed over photo editing apps.
Are you saying you have photo editing?
I don't have a specific one. I have one that is already connected to the phone that you can edit your pictures. But again, it's filters, isn't it? Again, coming back to pictures, it's not the person. Maybe you're meeting a person, but you've not met them in person. But through the pictures, you're falling in love or you're attracted to that person through picture content. Because the apps or the filters makes the person look fairer, look beautiful. It could be male or female. I'm not just saying it's females. But then when you're meeting that person in real life, it's a completely, and a lot of people, and it comes back to expectations. High expectations. You think, oh my gosh, this person is so
Did you see on the Facebook?
Beautiful.
There are some ads comes in about photo editing app.
Yes.
Like recently, I came across.
Again, that's what you're saying about, you know, when there's so much things that filter in, what do? And then automatically you get, oh, let me just tap into that. So then you automatically divert it away from whatever positive element that you had in your head.
Do you know that if you download some of the apps available online, if you download it, you can have six packs.
My gosh, I should have done that long
Trust
time ago.
me, it's showing man actually have six packs.
So
it's
it
like
totally
editing on the picture, and you can directly, after editing, upload on Facebook.
You should have told that privately. I could have done this. I could have done this while coming on the show.
There are so many apps for the females. They can, you know,
slim your face, make your face slimmer, your eyes bigger.
I understand.
No, it's true. You're absolutely right.
Hairs,
it's what magazines do. You know what magazines glamorize models or pictures of celebrities, but you can do it to yourself.
Everyone has a duty. Every individual has a duty. Those people who gets to watch it, those people who gets to upload it.
Yeah.
So it's rightfully what we have been saying, right? Those women, those men who's using the six-pack app to get their six-pack, or those women who are making themselves fair, or what they are doing, right? They have a responsibility as well, right? By producing them in such a way that they're creating people, you know, who they don't know. They're either falling in love or getting jealous or whatsoever, and creating problems for themselves, right? And for others. So a lot of marriages breaks down because of these type of issues.
Yes, Nizamba is absolutely right. Again, it's coming back to relationships, isn't it? Marriages, cheating, just with an interreaction over gossiping, definitely abuse. You know, definitely, and these are currently these things are happening, and we as adults, we need to be aware of this. We need to be aware. We're not teaching them how to be, alert users, how to be users that were safe users and balance and in moderation. We're not teaching that. We're doing it. So we need to really practice these things and put them in practice for ourselves and protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves.
What I get to...
Can you talk about harassment? Nowadays, people actually argue on Facebook. Sorry, social media. I'm not going to mention particularly Facebook.
Shah, I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to read out a comment. Selina Ahmed.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yes. Temporary relationships which they can remove from their lives easily by deleting, blocking, and ending relationships through social media instead of talking face to face. Very valid comment, Selina.
I think some people are trying to do that in their real life as well. When they are in relationship, they think they can quickly delete it.
And also, she goes on to say, instant gratification, yes, absolutely, and make everything in life easily disposable. And are these including relationships? Is this what we are? Is this what we are actually like as individuals? Is this what we are? Easily disposable? Oh, I don't like that. Yes, delete, block, whatever. Is this what we are? Is this what we become, a product, as if you said, of our own doing, of our own making?
Could be.
Another comment from Aminul Haq. Nice to see you, Mizal Mama.
Oh, Mama.
And thank you, Ali Aklakul, he's watching. Yusuf Chowdhury, again, thank you for participating. I mean, it's great that you're participating. Social media can be addictive. Yes, it is an addiction. It's very obvious. But again, I don't believe the issues is with the social media platform. He's absolutely right. It's we, as again, I'm saying we as individual, we're abusing it.
We are the responsible.
We're not responsible.
Individual has to be responsible for their own
young
actions.
people.
Own actions, yeah.
It's the society, social media just enhance some of the people's behavior, yes. A long time ago, people used to go crazy on Yahoo messengers or Pal Talk and forum sites. Absolutely, absolutely. He's highlighted it very well here. So things did not change. It just got evolved into social media. I think another person, Abu Tahir, please turn up. I think maybe there's a volume.
Okay, we
yes,
need to speak
maybe.
up more.
Yes,
Okay,
we
that's
will.
fine.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
There's other people watching. Thank you for watching. I can see other people watching as well as Usman Ghani, our latest watcher. But a valid point to what all points here and what we're making is we're not responsible users. The fact is, yes, we've said there are many advantages, but how much of that are we actually carrying out as users?
Okay, let me give you one of the example. If I say in Bangla, যে সংসারে অশান্তি কিভাবে আসে, একটা ইভেন্টে একজন পুরুষ বা মহিলা যাওয়ার পর সে ছবি দিল বা কথায় কথায় বলল, ও দিস saree or this suit given by this person বা wife or husband, আরেকজনের মাথায় আসলে আমার হাজবেন্ড বা আমার ওয়াইফ তো দেয় না আমাকে, দিল না। বাসায় গিয়ে দেখছো যে অমুকের হাজবেন্ড কত ভালোবাসে তার ওয়াইফকে, দিয়েছে, অথবা অমুকের ওয়াইফ অমুকের হাজবেন্ডকে কত ভালোবাসে, সে তাকে এত সুন্দর জিনিস দিয়েছে, তুমি তো কিছুই দাও না। This is how creating problems from through social media, taking pictures, nice prayers, nice.
Again, it comes to the bonding of individuals, right? You shouldn't be judging your relationship with the way other people are dealing with theirs. Or yourself. Like there are a lot of people who can afford, say for example, they might be giving their spouse car in their birthday, and other people can't even afford flowers. Right, so that doesn't mean one should compare, and that's where if you haven't got something, right, and you want to get something, that's where the problem starts within you, and that's where the anxiety and all that starts kicking in. And you haven't got something, and you start going into depression. I haven't got it. Why I haven't got it? You have to work towards it.
Yes.
Right. You have to work. It's not about the material things that will make a relationship work. Right. It doesn't matter about you wearing a good, beautiful shari or wonderful suit,
nice
whatever,
suit or
right? It
whatever
doesn't matter,
it may be.
right? It's about how much you have within yourself, right? Love, like the other day, my wife was mentioning that, your children don't want much from you. Only thing they want is your time. You give your time, and that's good enough for them. They don't want luxury stuff, right? And absolutely, at this time of, at a young age, they don't understand. If you think about a baby, right? You give a baby hundreds of toys. Do you know what they like to play with? I'm sure you've got children as well, right? You've got children. What do they play with? A young 2-year age of kid, what would they love to play with? If you have sort of all the toys in the world, do you know what they play with most of the time? Even the scientists have found out that rattles. That's the only toy that they will use. The rest of it is nothing. The rest of it, they don't get to use it.
Because most of the time, parents using social media, and they got distracted from children, and children are suffering as well.
Absolutely, every single step.
Impacts, everything
so this is the negative
impacts.
side we are talking.
Yeah.
So are we saying that dark side of social media?
It's again
or
comes.
Are we talking about dark side of people?
It's people. It's people
Behavior.
through the social media. They are able to create or their darkness, right, comes out through the social media because they can hide themselves and do virtually whatever they want, and that's what you get to see. The funny thing is the technology is evolving, and it's evolving so fast that we can't keep up with it.
As I said before,
and what we're seeing now, we're talking about social media, we are talking about Facebook, we are talking about Twitter, but what's coming up next is much, much devastating, right? And if we can't deal with what we have got now, we can't even imagine what's coming, right?
So are we saying that it's virtual life, creating everything virtual?
Imagine having relationship virtually. That's what's coming up.
Yeah, and some of them, if you see on the social media, it's on the news actually.
Right. So you have your kids, right? Say for example, somewhere else,
you didn't even meet that person.
Yeah, it's just. But what it is, again, right? I think we are coming to an end, right?
Yeah,
and I think what it is, everyone should use social media or any tools in that case, right? Responsibly. That is very key thing. Responsibly. Right, they should spend more time with human interaction.
Yes, no,
right?
definitely.
I know a lot of people, I know we have issues when we deal with directly, some people might like you or not, right? Human interaction is needed because we are lacking of this now.
We are.
I'm talking about back in the 80s or even 90s, before so much of this came out. Right? You used to go into people's houses.
Yes.
Right? Now that side is totally gone. Now people don't get to meet that much. I mean, I hardly get to see my cousins, even my immediate families, because everyone is so busy. And because we believe we get to see them every day. Right? We get to chat with them every day because that's what's happening virtually. But we are not actually seeing them.
No.
Okay, we are coming to an end. Another point we need to talk about, the harassment, online harassment via social media. Some people think, just say if some personal argument or disliking something, what they do, they create fake account and they send messages, personal stuff. Oh, I know your secret. I know your personal things.
Blackmailing,
actually. I would say it's a blackmailing. Nowadays, they think it's easy to send them, but they don't know what they're doing. Blackmailing is serious offense in this country. Obviously, other countries we don't know that law, but serious offense.
Yeah.
If police finds out, you can tell a little bit about the solution. If someone affected a victim of online harassment, what they can do.
Online harassment.
Because you interviewed police, I remember police said some of the advice that they can take. And because of this harassment, mentally torture.
You shouldn't really suffer with it or not speak about
up,
it.
Yeah.
You have to report it. It might be a bit, there are procedures, it might be lengthy. The end result might be positive, might be negative, but you can't say, but you have to report it. You have to report it straight away, speak to someone, go into the police station. This is the advice that the police have actually do give to victims. Go into the police station, report it. If you feel if there's some content that you need to discuss, is personal, ask for the inspector on duty and speak about it. It is a serious, as you said, it's a serious offence.
Police can find
it's
out,
taken
by the way.
very seriously.
Police can find out.
Yes.
that person, because
Definitely.
IP address, what kind
Yes.
of devices they use, police can trace. Trust me, they can.
I think one of the things we better tell our viewers is habits that we have, right? You know, on Facebook or in any social media, right? It doesn't matter about social media, even any device, right? As soon as you start typing, what Facebook does, right? As soon, say for example, you're typing a text, right? You said, say for example, right? I wanted to go there or want to go there, right? And you delete it back, right? And you start correcting it. Right, you think you have deleted it and it's gone, or you said something offensive to someone, you're writing something offensive and you deleted it, right? The history remains, although you have deleted it before you even sent it, right? Everything. And what Facebook is doing is profiling people. One thing we have to understand is the way it's being profiled. Every single individual, our habits, the way we get to use the devices, even computer, even going into the website, everything is being profiled. Everything is profiling. So say, for example, if you go out there and you start, say, looking for socks, right? The next moment you'll get to see on your feed a lot of sockses, right? From different brands, right? Everything is being profiled. That's what these algorithm is doing. Those social media and internet, every button you type, right? You are being judged by those, right? And you're being defined by those. So don't think that no one is seeing what you're doing.
Speak up. Discuss.
No, what I'm trying to say, don't think that you are sending a message to me and third person is not, no one will find out. Trust me, everything is open.
All the data.
As I said, even if you delete it, it's there. So if you are trying to, say, harm someone, and it goes to an extent where you are damaging them, and if police wants, they can find right to the dot.
Definitely,
they can find the IP address, every single
even location,
even locations, right? So don't think you're gonna escape. If police really wants, and if that harassment gets so bad, they can get you. So even last message you might deleted it. No.
And you're right about profiling as well. We can't say we're oblivious to it. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, there was the Big Brother syndrome, where it was about cameras and things, and now it's actually live. We are being profiled. We're being monitored as we speak, even through our phones. I mean, Androids, phones, and technology has become so. We are. You have to say we are being watched. So.
Well, to be honest with you, one of the practice I have, right, and I'm sure you know about this, right? Well, know about this as in a sense because you've been trying to call me late at night, right? That I don't answer the phone.
Without reason, without important calls. I only make calls important.
No, what I'm trying to say is, right? When I go to sleep, I don't keep the phone in my room. Right? I put it in another room, right? Because what I learned is if a hacker really wants, they can actually trigger this. Right? And
they can see you.
They can see you, number one. If you never have a laptop or PC on in your bedroom, right? That is something, viewers, I can tell you.
I've
never
seen
had this.
One of my friends, I found his laptop. He put something on the.
Oh yes.
It is being advised to do that.
Well,
did you know even Mark Zuckerberg does that? Even he does that because.
So we've heard.
Close the webcam.
Yeah. But even these, even our phones.
Even if you shut down the computer or laptop, still is connected.
As long as the power is there. And the worst thing is, right, these mobile phone, a lot of people use it, keep it next to their bedside.
Yes.
Advice is don't do it. Number one is the radiation. Number two, if someone really wants, they can really hack in and they can listen to all of your conversations.
Another thing you've touched on is hacking. Personal data, privacy, everything gets hacked into. Identity theft as well, and we know this happens where your picture is stolen, your identity is stolen, and hence another. Very careful.
One of the viewers actually asked one question to talk about. Don't forget to discuss about bullying.
Yes, it's Yusuf Chowdhury again. Yes, I think this is we should actually.
This is very important.
I think we should. Actually, that was one of the things that it's important that we should touch on. Thank you, Yusuf Chowdhury. Bullying, cyberbullying.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying. We know amongst young people, This is very
Common.
It's become really common, and it's a serious issue. Although there are things put in place to educate and raise awareness, in schools with parents, parenting courses and things that do incorporate it. But schools do invite parents over, or guardians and carers too. But it's very dangerous. Cyberbullying is threats, rumors, intimidation. People get intimidated through these things. Fake accounts, again, it comes back to the fake accounts thing. With adults, it is more threats and intimidation amongst, spreading, sent in mass messages, as you also said before, sending messages, creating rumors, gossip.
Yep.
Amongst young people, it creates so much. They would isolate one young person.
Jealousy.
Again, that comes part of.
I think one of the important messages which has been sent by, I think, Ikra Hussain, be mindful of emotion. There's no way to get a message back once it's sent.
Yes, once it's
Even
back,
deleting offending messages might not help if someone has taken a screenshot, or if the site is cached by the sites such as Google. Take some time to mull over your feeling before posting something you might regret. After all, no one wants to be in the internet famous for wrong things, which is absolutely, she put that into good perspective, that what I touched in earlier as well. Even if you delete it, if it's still there, right? And once you sent it, that's it. So be very, very vigilant before you send any messages, right? Make sure. And do you know what? Confusion. This is, I have to say, between me and you even, right? WhatsApp messages. What I said to Shah, don't send me WhatsApp messages if it's serious matter. Call me. Because human voice, honestly, sometimes, when you send a text, right, it can be misinterpreted.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
And with Shah, I know, right, he goes to the dot, right? He goes, why did he put that full stop there? There must be something, right? So I stopped sending him any messages, right? But the reality is,
love to complain.
The reality is the human interaction. When you speak to someone, even with your worst enemy, once you speak, once you hear the voice, right, 50% of it is gone. If you have any sort of complication with that person, 50% is reduced.
But hence it comes all back down to interpersonal skills. We're losing those skills. We don't want to talk anymore. We text, we message, or go on WhatsApp or Snapchat or through some, the other social platforms. So many. I think there's always new ones coming out and always new ones that everyone's jumping on, as we know, and then latching on onto things. But again, we need to be aware. Saying all that, we just need to be aware and have it in our minds that and privacy. Another thing with security, yes, we can privatize this but they're always, I think, certain sites always are updating policies and things. What privacy settings you would have it on, it's changed. So
come to think of it, you're talking about the privacy. Yeah. How many of us? Three of us are here, and there are thousands of viewers out there. How many of us have actually read the privacy policy, right?
Okay.
Right? Do you know how long it is? And if you read it,
complicated as well.
No, it's complicated. But once you read it, the sad thing is you don't want to join.
Yeah.
Once you read it, you don't want to join. So what people do by default, yes.
Everything.
We do that, don't we?
Yes,
right?
We
but
do.
once you read it, you really wouldn't.
Definitely, you'll think twice.
To join it.
Okay. Last point is not last. Actually, I'm going to touch on another point. Jealousy through social media.
Yes. What can we say about jealousy?
Jealousy, yes.
Again, I think we slightly touched on it when you're seeing another person uploading certain pictures, certain images, certain materialistic.
Well, here I have to say, jealousy comes, right? As I said, when people upload content, right, they should be very aware. Like, say, for example, nowadays everyone has got, even the poorest person in some countries, right, they have got more access to these smartphones, right? Not sophisticated as Apple or things, but they've got some sort of access to it. They might have access to the phone, but they do not have access to the food that you're having. So when you upload a picture of a nice restaurant and things like that, be aware that your brother or your relative or someone out there who's seeing this, right, they cannot afford that. right? So you're loading your happy thing, probably virtual happy thing, information, but people out there, once they see it, they envy that,
Yes.
right? Not everyone is the same. And once that happens, it creates jealousy, and that's why you get to see a lot of crimes are being committed. One of the funny thing is, you know, when back in olden days, when you used to go in, we had milkmen giving us, leaving delivering milk, right? And if people goes on holiday, what did they used to do? They used to put a note on there, leave it on the milk bottle, so the milkman doesn't come. But later on, all the household was informed that, you know, don't leave note like this. The police informed them, don't leave note like this, because the thief also can receive this information. Your house can be burgled.
Exactly.
But nowadays, we have become so smart. Nothing has changed. We go out there, we take a picture. We are in France. We're in Italy. You are informing. You are informing the rest of the world that you are not in home.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to talk about this.
Right. You are not at your house.
Exactly.
So those.
Family picture. That means whole
family is gone. So the criminals, right? They're excited about this. So you are helping them. It doesn't matter what type of security system you have.
And it doesn't have to be. And another thing you have to be aware: it doesn't have to be anyone external. No. It is someone in your. I know we think, oh, it's outsiders, but truly, jealousy and things happens within your own circles.
Absolutely.
It happens within your own circles. It happens within your own networks. It does, and that's a fact. It does happen.
It doesn't mean that you can't be happy.
Yes.
You be happy, but don't share with the rest of the world. What it does, as I said, is bad for you. Number one, if you go out there, there are a lot of burglary, a lot of crime. Especially, police have sent a guidance that, especially in this area, Tower Hamlet, where we are broadcasting this from, is a lot of crime is being committed. Right? Why? It's a very easy access. They might leave a youngster at home. Parents are out because people can see it through the social media that the parents are out. Yes. They go in, burgle, murder, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Everything is being committed. So we have to be very, very much aware of what we get to post and how we get to post.
We'll finish in 5 minutes. Just one point. How do you see someone actually, I've seen, I know there's a lot of friends on my Facebook, don't get upset. We are not mentioning the name, just we are giving one of the example. How do you see someone, I've seen someone posting, I love my husband or wife, whatever, happy birthday, something like this.
Are you saying this because Bobby doesn't send you any message like this?
I'm talking about the social media, they're posting it.
What benefit they have?
What the benefit they get?
Well, it's again.
Happy birthday to husband or wife on Facebook.
Well, you said that there's two ways to look at it, right?
What's the expectation they want?
Well, they are trying to show how much love that they have got for their husband.
To the world.
To the world.
Is he not something showing off?
But on the other hand, what I said earlier about the child, right? It's not just saying that how much you love him and you show everything virtually. That's not what the husband wants, right? What I said about the child earlier is, again, you're referring to a husband, right? If you're saying, okay,
let's say the other way around.
Yeah, vice versa. Right? This virtual love is not what they want. They want true love, right? And they are hungry for that love. And what you're doing, I love my husband, but what you say, okay, let's go to a restaurant and have a good meal, right?
That's it done.
That's it done.
No affection, like
nothing like that.
True love. True love is not for
those
people.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the main thing that individuals are missing out. And what we should do is, again, is going back to the old topic, is having that human interaction. Yeah. Talk to your family members, talk to your wife, talk to your husband, right? Have that. Give some time. And you talked about earlier, just touched in, how can we get out of this habit? It's very simple. You have downtime. Right? If you are really, really, if you're really into something, like even drug or any other, we compare drugs and social media, it's the same. Or devices. Addiction.
As an addiction,
now,
any kind of addiction.
The way you can get out is start reducing. You can't reduce it all at the same go.
No.
Right? You have to start reducing, saying that, okay, I'm going to do 1 hour less today, 15 minutes less today. I'm going to spend 15 minutes. Talk to your family members. Talk to your
Is
children.
it the point we're talking that social media dieting?
I think that's
Yeah.
the
Maybe
bottom line.
yeah.
Slowly.
Because even
you
when
have
we,
to.
because even what it is, even when we are with family members, and I put my hands up to that as well, we find we're still holding our devices and talking. We're not really, making that eye contact, making that interaction, and
Interaction
interaction,
is a-
yeah. And you know what? You're absolutely right. We need to really get out of that habit. It's become a habit.
I
It's
think
become a habit. Oh, I'm pick up my phone. Let me check my messages.
we can't only blame only on
it's
social media,
become a
even
habit.
with phone conversation
Yes,
as well,
yes,
right?
yes.
Sometimes we have to have a control. We have to have this in our life, that there has to be switching off time.
Yes.
Right. It's not just only when you go to bed that the whole, and when you close your eyes that's the end.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you have to have a closing off time, because that will refresh your mind.
Yes.
And that, having that dieting process, from phone calls to social media interaction, through usage of internet, through everything in life, you
Everything
have
in
to have
life.
the moderation of everything.
Moderation and
If you
balance of
don't
everything, yeah.
have that balance and moderation, then
Are
you're
you
going to
saying
suffer.
that when you go to sleep, sleep?
Absolutely.
Switch off your phone.
When you eat. Don't eat and text.
There you go.
Right?
Here's the year.
Eat and text does not work. And they talk about multitasking is multi-failure, right? It doesn't happen. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
you
a lot
have
of people
to.
make excuses that
Yeah.
I can talk, I can work, I
It
can
doesn't
text,
work.
same time,
It's not good.
masters-
It's not good for your habit. It's not good for your mindset. It's not good for social interaction. When you're in Japan, right, what they get to do is if they're going into a meeting, they have to leave their mobile phone out. This is the practice, right? Once you're in a meeting, no phone calls. What happens in our meeting? If you go into
We're still looking at our
no.
phones. Yeah.
In the
Another 2
meeting,
minutes, we'll
in the
finish.
meeting, right? They're taking their phone calls and disturbing 10 other people in the meeting room.
Okay, another question I'm going to ask both of you, just a short answer. Is social media hurting people mental health?
I think we touched on that in a different form. Of course,
Yes.
it is.
Yes, it is.
We have become sort of like.
But it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to.
We are allowing social
we,
media to destroy our lives.
Yeah.
Because
our well-being,
yeah.
It is about our health,
Control,
overall health
dieting,
and mental well-being.
those things we touched on today, actually, it doesn't have to.
I know we did not discuss everything in an organized
it's
manner,
really
but it's more informal.
Yeah,
what
more
we have
for-
discussed is more informal, and I believe our viewers will have constructive information through this discussion, and I hope that they benefit from this. And if, again, what we say, right, I know we said about the disadvantages and also talked about the advantages. You have to see the right content. If you don't, it is going to harm you, right? It is going to affect your life.
Yes.
Like, say, for example, if you get to see a lot of people dying, those images are being posted.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
It does affect
It does.
young people, right? It does affect someone who hasn't got a good heart condition, right? It does affect your daily life. You see, when you're in a happy mood, and if you get receive an image of someone whom you don't know,
Can I share
it affects
one of the research? Grades 7 to 12 students who spent over 2 hours a day on social media reported higher depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Can you imagine how serious? And I think another point.
But then, just what Bashar said, yes, suicidal, we actually know, and it's happened in London, sadly, last year, a young teenager whose body was found in, was it the Thames?
Yeah.
Who actually committed suicide, and one of many,
yeah.
As a result of some form of bullying or social media connected.
It is.
And because the parents weren't aware, again, goes back to please educate yourselves. Please keep tabs on your children as well as your own relationships with adults as well. And also coming back to what Shah said, causes deaths. Yes, and
Suicidal thoughts.
suicide, and also when the content again comes back to content, what we see, there are stunts. We know there's a lot of things, a lot of videos on stunts and things. People actually are influenced by these things and carry those actions out, causes death, and again, it's crazy. Oh, I want to do this crazy stuff, but the crazy stuff is not for you to do in your
Yeah,
homes, or it's like, you know,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Another point for is research found, which is 40% of online adults have experienced online harassment.
again,
Imagine
we're coming back to
40%
it.
is quite high.
The
Adults.
Adults,
statistics
yeah.
are quite
and
high.
73% have witnessed online harassment. 73% people actually witnessed. I don't know. It's really hard.
Well, you see, again, it comes down to what we have spoken earlier is having that balance of usage. I think everyone, what they should be doing is, you know, that there are hundreds and thousands of messages comes across, right? You just resuscitate. There are good materials out there. Don't get me wrong. There are fantastic educational materials out there, right? There are people are talking about history. The other day I was talking about saw this Facebook on Facebook. One of the posts was talking about the universe, you know, and it was very in depth, which was educational, right? Which was worth looking into. There are a lot of music videos which can be rightfully or wrongfully taken as well. There are a lot of religious material which, you know, absolutely, I mean, mind blowing. They really, really are good. They're very touching. There are a lot of small short stories that are being produced
definitely.
by a lot of content
There's a lot of
producers,
positive
right?
content
But
out
at the same
there.
time, too much of anything will create a diarrhea, right? So, you know, I think we should balance everything out.
Yeah, we are coming to an end. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lovely
Thank you.
time we spent. Actually, something we wanted to talk a long time ago, and now we talked about it, and probably viewers get some benefits out of it, what we talked, and a lot of comments I can see. We couldn't read a few of them. Let's leave it now. And the main important thing is social media is neither good nor bad. We can't say bad.
Well,
Neither good.
well,
It depends on how we use it.
absolutely. I mean, you have a knife; it's a tool, right? You can use it to cut a flesh or cut a vegetable, right? Social media is the same.
Again, like we're both on ending it on a positive note. There's disadvantages and advantages of everything. Please, as individuals, we need to be sensible users, educate ourselves and educate others, and you know, educate others and raise awareness on topics like this in a positive way, which we all stay safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And on that note, thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.